Carpe Diem, guys. Safety Liner C2 here. I want to do another video series. I kind of want to start another video series. So I guess this would be kind of my fourth video series. So I have my Rigs of Rods, the question of the month, and bus battles, if you consider that. If you don't know what bus battles is it? If you don't know what bus battles is, if you do not know what bus battles is, it's a very interesting channel. I take a few guys, a few other bus experts, of my expertise, people like me, and we kind of just talk about the buses. That's an interesting channel that I created a while back. We do a video every now and then. The last video was like in November, but so it's not really active. But in this video series, I want to take a look at certain companies and buses that have really impacted the industry. So today, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Wayne. Okay, now Wayne was a huge, very important player in the bus industry. Wayne was also pretty much one of the first, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first companies to start producing buses before Bluebird, Thomas, all the big names that we know today, especially IC, because that was founded in 2003. But if you look back at Ward, which is, grandfather to IC, that was founded way back when also. But let's go ahead and get started now. This is just kind of off, just coming, I really haven't thought this out properly, so yeah. Zach, you wanted more of these discussion videos. Here you go. Zach, my friend from school, not some other Zach. But I don't know. Maybe the other Zachs who watch my videos wanted one of these. I don't know. All right. Let's go ahead and get started now. The buses we know from Wayne, like the buses that a lot of us know, is not the ones that we know a lot. We know they're Type A's, they're Type C's. Okay, those are and some of their Type D's. Those are the buses that we know the most. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with those. They're Type A's. They were decent from what I've heard. I've talked to Joe numerous times, as I'm sure y'all are aware. His bus, bus 101, which is a 91, I think, GMC Wayne. He likes it. What is my thing doing? He likes it. Let's see what it's called. I don't remember off the top of my mind. The Chaperone, the Wayne Chaperone, that's what it is. He likes it, but considering it's an old bus, it's, crap. But from what I've seen, they look to be durable. Now, I've never ridden on a Wayne before. Our district did have them, but they retired them. They stopped running them as normal route buses the year after I moved here, so I never actually got a chance to ride one. But the Type A's, not a whole lot of districts had them. They would mostly go for the Type B's from Bluebird or Thomas, and that goes for their Type A's if they did want Type A's also. Now, their Type C's were probably some of the more popular ones. Wayne was part of the Big Six, so the Big Six consisted of Thomas, Bluebird, Ward, Superior, Carpenter, and Wayne. Those were the Big Six, and then it got moved down to the Big Three because all of these companies shut down. So the Big Three right now is Thomas, Bluebird, and IC. And if you want to count Lion as a Big Four, I guess, but Lion is slowly moving its way across America right now. I saw I saw a picture posted a few days ago from the first Lion in Maine. Lion, Maine, you get it? Bad jokes. But anyway, Wayne was more known for their internationals than their Chevy, GMC, Fords. But those didn't look bad. Don't get me wrong. If I had to choose one if I had out of the Chevy, Bluebird, or Chevy, Ford, or International, I'd probably go for the B800 of Wayne, just because it looks natural on there. I don't know why. Because there's some buses to me that just kind of fit together, like the Bluebird Freightliner. Tyler, there you go. That combo just fits perfectly with those two buses fit perfectly with each other. And the Wayne Ford is one of those buses. And then their Type Ds, their FEs, that is. Those were, they were kind of popular. They were scattered around the country, not a whole lot in one set place, but they were pretty reliable. Now, Wayne was one of those really, really, really reliable companies. You can count on them to get the job done, blah, blah, blah. But if they had one bus that impacted the industry more than anything else, it was a bus that there were only three of them. And that was the Wayne RD9000. And Wayne actually made two buses that never really got into production, but were very, very interesting. And we'll get back to the RD9000 in a minute. The first one was actually made back in the 70s or 60s. I'm not sure of the exact date. And it was the Wayne Pappos. Let me see. W-A-Y-N-E. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. P-A-P-P-O-S-E. I think that's how you spell it. There we go. Yep. So P-A-P-O-O-S-E. So go ahead, pause the video, look up the Wayne Pappos, P-A-P-O-O-S-E. Now, if you pause the video and actually look it up, you'll see that it's a very, very interesting design. Now, the Pappos was actually supposed to be a Type B, and a Type B is between the Type A and C. Obviously, it's bigger than a Type A, to the point where you can carry a decent amount of passengers in it, and all the angles of it. And if you didn't look it up, let me find my draw board thingy. I don't even know where it is, guys. I think I lost it. I don't know. It's somewhere in this mess that I call a room. But anyway, it's angled, like the front end is angled almost straight down. And if you think of a Vision, like the first generation Vision, how it goes like that, think of it more slanted, words. And then, okay, so we have this, and then it goes like this. And this was the front of the bus right here. So it was a very interesting design. Now, that never made it into full production. I think there was only one in the country. And I remember hearing that a while back, a few years ago, maybe 2009 or so. But that was a very, very interesting bus that never really made it into production. Now, going back on the Wayne RD9000. Now, here's where, like, you have to pause the video and look this up. Now, I'll tell you what to look up in a second. On YouTube, open up a new browser, or a new tab. And on YouTube, I want you to type in Wayne RD9000. Now, you'll get a couple videos. You'll get the Wayne RD9000 school bus promo, and that's the one that I want you to watch. You'll get a video from me, because I actually did a whole video on this bus, because it is that important, and this is from a few years ago. And then if you keep on scrolling down, you will get videos from a guy named Colt Phillips. Okay, now Colt, he's very important to the industry at the time right now. And I'll explain why. So go ahead and watch this promo video. The first one, it's by Gateway User 200. Go ahead, watch this video from him, and see what you think about the Wayne RD9000. Very interesting bus. I'm gonna grab a Kleenex while y'all do that. All right. So I had my little Kleenex break, and you had, well, for my nose, not something else. You watched that promo video, and hopefully you did. If not, seriously, go and watch it. It's a very, very, very awesome video. It's like 9 minutes. But as you can see, the Wayne RD9000 is a very futuristic bus. Now, the Wayne RD9000 was made in 95, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't remember. I'm trying to find out what year it was. I'm really not sure. I want to say it's 95. But the Wayne RD9000 was very futuristic, okay? Now, what Wayne did was they went out to these drivers, okay? I don't see why some of these other companies don't do this. I'm sure they do, but they didn't make a promo video like this. But they went out to the drivers and they were like, what do you want in a school bus? And they made a bus designed around the passengers and the drivers. So if you think about Bluebird right now, I basically what I think is Thomas focuses around their passengers with the really high headroom for the really tall people. IC focuses more on their driver with all those nice steering wheel buttons and the nice dash and everything. And then Bluebird focuses more or less on both. So you've got really nice driver dash and you got really nice passenger seat. So they really tried to focus on both of them, and I'd be danged if they got it right. And this bus actually never made it into full production. There were only 3 made. I'm not sure of where the other 2 are off the top of my mind, but bringing back Colt owns one of them, and he bought it a few years ago from a church who was actually going to go ship it down to South America. But he was like, oh, no, I'm buying this bus. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to buy this bus, and screw you guys. But Colt, he is in the process of restoring the bus, and it's very interesting. And here he posted a video a few weeks ago of him actually. Oh no, that's him driving his TC. He owns like 9 buses or something. But he's in the process of restoring this memorable bus, and basically this kind of curved the way for the Type Ds, the Type D REs, that is, for the future. And that's really Wayne's impact on the industry. Their last few years before they went bankrupt, they really tried to focus on making this great bus. And if they wouldn't have gone bankrupt, I would say that the Wayne RD9000 would have been the most successful Type D ever. Okay, if we look at it now, it'd probably be the All-American, not really one specific generation, probably the A3, but this would have been the most successful Type D if they would have stayed in production. It's got a great look. Everything about it is just great. You know, you've got the built-in trash cans, which is it's a cool feature. I don't know, it's just different from everything. And they really tried to organize all the dashes, and they had like 4 different dashes all around, so that it was not, you come over here and you look at my dash right here, you've got, okay, as a driver, you're like, oh, I've got to push this button and this button, but I'm trying to focus on the road. They tried to minimize that, and it's got great viewing angles and everything. I thought I cut myself, but I didn't. But everything about the bus was just amazing, and it was just great. I mean, what more can I say? So really, go and watch these promo videos. Go watch these videos by Colt. He's trying to, of him trying to restore the bus. They're very, very interesting. And the Wayne RD9000 was probably the biggest impact that Wayne had on the market. Now, a lot of people say that this was actually the only RE that Wayne had ever done, and that is actually not true. Now, if you would go on School Bus Central's dead for, 5 years by now. But School Bus Central actually had a lot of pictures of some older 50s and 60s Wayne REs. And these Wayne REs were not as good looking. Don't get me wrong, they were great looking. But they weren't as good looking or reliable, because let's think about it, 40 years, that can make a big difference. You got a Prius from the 40s. They didn't make Priuses in the 40s. I wish they didn't make them now. But also, let's also not forget this. Wayne's also had an impact on the bus model industry, because Road Champs are probably the greatest models ever. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. But if Wayne did continue on to, if they wouldn't have gone bankrupt, they definitely would have stayed in the big 3, the big 4, big 5, whatever. But here's my question: who would they have gone with for their chassis? because let's think about it. IC was with International, and Amtran and Ward. Those are with International. Bluebird was with Ford for a while back, and I'll make another video on this bus. But Bluebird was with Ford, and then they canceled the deal because Ford wanted their emblem on the hood, blah blah blah. And Thomas is with Freightliner. So would Wayne have gone with maybe Mack or Peterbilt or one of these other bigger companies? That would have been interesting to see if Wayne had stayed in the industry. If they wouldn't have gone bankrupt, they would probably be the most successful company right now because of all these impacts that they've had. They made great, reliable buses. The Wayne RD9000 would, like I said, be the best RE on the road. So yeah, have you guys ever had any experience with Waynes? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Do you want to see a certain bus impact video or a company impact? I'll definitely be trying to get some more of these in the future. Hopefully I'll have some better planning because these were crap. Yeah, so make sure you subscribe. Right down here, it's a magical red button that says you're now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, over here. I don't know where they put it down in cursive, but make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or that was probably really loud. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care, don't get raped. Top video up here will lead you to my latest and greatest video. The bottom video down here will lead you to a random video, so you have to click it to figure out where it takes you. So yeah guys, thanks for watching.